Heyo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and as you guys can see, we're back at it with another tier list. But you guys already know that. You guys know the S through D tier. That's going to mean something fun. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys smash the like button down below. This tier list is going to be on the best PGs in 2K21 My Team. So if you guys are excited, as always, hit that like button as well as comment down below your guys' favorite point guard in the game, and make sure you guys check out the video yesterday. That's about everything you guys should do before season 6 rolls around. And also make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new, because we are on that road to 10K subscribers. So I've seen this idea floating around a little bit, and that's to do something like this. We'll make a little change real quick. Pow, look at that. It looks gorgeous. So it's basically just like custom naming a lot of these tier list, I guess, tiers. Let me know what you guys think about it. I know a lot of other people have already been doing it. I'm behind the trend, whatever it is, but let me know what you guys think. I think it's kind of cool. So we got Dumpster Fire instead of D tier. We have Not Unless I Have To in C tier, which is kind of facts. In B tier, we have Not a Bum, but Not Amazing. And A tier is now almost lineup worthy. And then in S tier, obviously, we got the Demons. That's what we call everybody that's just absolutely insane. We got the Demons, man. So it's going to be fun. And again, if you like the idea, let me know. I also might try a little bit of a different editing technique, because I know sometimes these cards can be a little bit small on the overall board, so maybe I'll make them like bigger in the right corner. I might try it. We're gonna see what happens if I have time. But anyway, let's actually get into the video now. I know it's been a little bit long for it. So here we are with the Dumpster Fire tier. It feels so weird saying it, but we have Ruby Spud Webb, who I'm not gonna lie, kind of a demon, kind of fun, but I mean, let's be honest, my man's so tiny. If Spud Webb was like a little bit taller, I think that he'd have like potential to be a fun card, just because usually they give Spud Webb, you know, that like absolutely like juiced up, you know, dunking ability and stuff like that, which is always really cool. Giving that Hall of Fame, you know, Giant Slayer, they always give him some like crazy shooting and like things like that to really juice him up, because he only is 5'7", but I mean, let's be honest, even with Jump Shot 22 on quick, with the Curry slide and the Curry layup package, this Spud Webb still just ain't too great. Just, it's sad to say, but he's in the Dumpster Fire. Then we have both Penny Hardaways. I mean, Penny Hardaway's Pink Diamond and Ruby are very similar cards. Not too much has changed between them, except for the fact that the Ruby can actually get clamps. So if you wanted to, you could actually make the Ruby pretty solid. But if I'm being honest, there's no real reason. I mean, I'm pretty sure going from bronze to gold clamps to put on this Ruby Penny Hardaway is more expensive than the card actually is itself. So why would you do that? You know, you don't want to put a badge on a card that's more expensive than the card. It just doesn't make sense. Gilbert Arenas, just terrible because he's a terrible release. Really outdated card. It's just kind of tough. The only card that really the LaMarcus Aldridge release works is Hedo Turkoglu, because he's gorgeous. He's wonderful. It doesn't really work on Gilbert. And then we have Kemba Walker, who's just all offense, no defense kind of guy. It is what it is. It's sad for him, but yeah, he's in the Dumpster Fire tier. I'm sorry, Kemba, but you ain't playing that great this year either, so it's really hard for me to even want to put you higher. Now, starting off the Not Unless I Have To tier, we have Galaxy Opal Tony Parker. And Galaxy Opal Tony Parker is looking pretty cool. I mean, nice card art. He's an Opal, but the reason I put Tony Parker down into C tier instead of in a B tier, I think that's kind of like where you got to toss up between where he's going. But it's because Tony Parker has absolutely no finishing ability, and we're getting free cards like Donovan Mitchell, who are similar in size to Tony Parker with longer wingspan and can still dunk on everybody. So I know Tony Parker's got some nice stats. He's a lightning quick jumper, but he can't dunk. And it's something that a lot of shorter PGs just like have to do at this point. So Tony, I'm sorry. Next up, we have Diamond Sam Cassell. Ended up into that Not Unless I Have To tier. Diamond Sam Cassell is a new one that we got with the Galaxy Opal, or not Galaxy Opal, Dark Matter. Kevin Garnett, my apologies, in the Idol Series 2. KG and Sam Cassell, pretty cool, 6'3" PG, got a lot of nice Hall of Fame badges, mainly in like playmaking and finishing, which is cool. Can kind of dunk, which is nice, but Jump Shot 18 is not one that I really love. I mean, the only card that I really like Jump Shot 18 on is Aaron Aflalo. He's like the only card that I've really felt money with and really just nice with in general. And there's just something about Sam Cassell cards every single year where like his alien brain just doesn't really work for me. I'm not really feeling it. So sadly, he's, you know, in the Not Unless I Have To tier. Like, if I pulled him on like a no money squint squad, like maybe I find a way to work him in, but I'm definitely not using him unless I have to. Next up is Ruby RJ Hampton, a card that a lot of people actually ended up getting for free because of like all the promos that they've been doing, which is pretty cool. This one was, I'm pretty sure, part of the Australian promo where you could get Aaron Baines as that free card, which is pretty cool. I'm not knocking on it. But RJ Hampton is always going to be a really fun card because he has the Trey Burke jump shot base. That's a jumper that obviously everybody's going to love and everybody's going to want their card to have, which is cool. But when I was looking at it, a lot of gold badges doesn't even come with like a clamps or anything like that, which is pretty tough, and it just made me not really love him too much, which is kind of sad. But it is what it is for RJ Hampton. He's a cool card, but not great. Next up, Devin Patrick Beverly. He's a 6'1" guy who's supposed to have like juiced up defense, but he just doesn't play with juiced up defense because he's 6'1". It was cool. It was pretty easy to get his steals challenge. Like, he was a demon at getting steals, but I don't know, for some reason just doesn't stay in front of people like that, and even in the interior still gets popped on. So like, no thank you. Nate Robinson is coming up next at the pink diamond tier, and Nate Robinson is cool. He's fun. Like, obviously he's a shorter guy that can literally do everything, but that being said, he is a shorter guy, and obviously those guys that are 5'9" aren't really gonna have too much, even if you absolutely like juice up everything. And for current gen, he also has Hall of Fame steady shooter, which is basically like a no-go for a lot of people. So I can understand why most people wouldn't want to use him. So because of that, he's going into the not unless I have to tier, sadly. Next up is Pink Diamond Mark Price, who kind of has the same I guess negatives or problems as Tony Parker, where we have like really good shooting, a nice jumper, he's an okay defender, but we just don't have any sort of good dunking or finishing ability that I really love. Like, at this point in the year, man, if I'm going into the paint and only taking layups, I can promise you I'm getting my stuff sent to the 5th row. Like, it's not happening. It ain't like that. Use this Mark Price, you're down bad. Like, it's just kind of how it goes. So Mark Price is cool. He was a fun card, easy challenges, easy XP, but no thank you. Next up is Pink Diamond Isaiah Thomas, who is a card that I absolutely love, and I think if you're gonna use a short king, you gotta use Isaiah Thomas. Like, he's that guy. But I mean, let's keep it a buck. He's short. Like, it's just kind of how it goes. Yeah, if guys that are the size of Isaiah Thomas are going to struggle no matter what. Obviously, he got a big boost. Getting that Evo for defense, which is going to be awesome. Like, if you want any card to be crazy, give them a boost in like or a glitched boost in finishing or defense. But the problem is, because he is only 5'9", I think, still on our wonderful man Isaiah Thomas, it's still gonna be tough for him to play a lot of defense. Like, I understand a lot of people love him and it's cool. He was a demon when he was on the Celtics. It's just really tough to rank somebody who just can't play defense like him up higher. Or who is short up higher like him. Next up, Galaxy Opal Fred VanVleet, the Opal that we got before we even got LeBron James. Kind of crazy. But honestly, I kind of like this Freddie VanVleet card. But I don't really see a reason to use him above a lot of other PGs that we're getting even for free nowadays. Like, you'll see him later, De'Aaron Fox. He's not the greatest of finishers. He's kind of just like a Pink Diamond Steph Curry that has a few more Hall of Fame badges and a different jumper. I mean, that's really about it. And at this point, you don't really have the Curry escape either. He has a quick dribble side, which is awesome. Personally, I'm preferring Shifty, so that's a little bit tough. But I don't know. There's something about Fred VanVleet that just doesn't jump out at me. And last but not least, into the not unless I have to tier is Amethyst Dejounte Murray, who's like a cool card. He's fun. Good defender, but only has Hall of Fame clamps. So, I mean, how good of a defender are you really? We could bridge the question. But I mean, Dejounte Murray, like, if you are somebody who like really needs a defensive PG, like you just cannot lock up and you need somebody to like play it on the perimeter, boom, he's gonna do it for you. But he's not the greatest of shooters. Good finisher, but his interior defense is pretty low as well, and his defensive tendencies are pretty terrible as well, meaning he's honestly probably not gonna play that great of defense. So yeah, not unless I have to. Starting off the B tier, we do have the card that is better than his Opal in Amethyst Baron Davis. I actually kind of like the fact that we've been getting some retro cards that are actually really cheap, and it gives everybody an opportunity to try out that Galaxy with Baron Davis if they didn't play during that season, because let's be honest, there's not a big difference between the two cards. Like, they're both really good shooters, although they have gold steady, so current gen, I'm sorry, it ain't for you. Really good playmaking with Hall of Fame quick first step, absolute demon of a dunker with Hall of Fame showtime. He has really good defense, just terrible interior. Lillard jump shot with the recovery slide on quick is going to be great, and yes, This Baron Davis has it on quick, and the other one does as well. They like upgraded them. I just put the retro one on there because, I mean, it's a fun card. I like all the throwback cards, if we're being honest. So Baron Davis is cool. The little jump shot's great, but that lack of interior, I think, really hurts Baron Davis. Still a fun card, especially for budget players, but for me, definitely not going to be on the squad. Next up is Diamond Jose Calderon, who I've said it a few times, is kind of just like a worse Jeremy Lin to me personally. I think he's a fun card. I think he's a cool card, but I'm not going to get excited about him, if that really makes too much sense. Because, yeah, he's a free card that's going to be an amazing shooter. Hall of Fame blinders and range on next gen is great. He's a great playmaker, okay defender, okay finisher. With jump shot 40 and the shifty dribble style with the Pro 2 size of escape, like, yeah, that all sounds good, but for some reason, when I was using Jose Calderon, he just didn't feel like that. He wasn't getting cheesy like I really wanted him to, which was tough. And obviously, that's asking for a lot. This is Jose Calderon, the man that we all know because he was a demon of a free throw shooter. So, I mean, I get it. Next up, Amethyst Smush Parker. And Smush Parker is just great because we have that Trey Burke jump shot base, which obviously anytime somebody has that, we're going to absolutely love him. I mean, like, come on. And then he has the quick dribble style with the Curry slide, the long athlete layup package, all are great. 90 on ball steal tendency, which is awesome. Going to be a good shooter with range once you get that Evo up. This Ruby, I probably would throw like C tier if anybody was asking for it because we're missing that range extender. But as soon as you get him on the Amethyst, I think you can easily slide him up into that B because Hall of Fame catch and shoot as well is going to be pretty cool. Smush Parker in general for a budget option, I think is absolutely amazing. Next up, Pink Diamond Terry Rozier, a card that doesn't get a lot of love, probably because it's Terry and he's 6'1". Like, I mean, I get it, but Terry Rozier still isn't like that bad. I mean, I think B tier is solid for him. He's going to be a good shooter. He's got a pretty nice jumper. The defense, like, yeah, the stats and badges are cool, but like, let's be honest, it's Terry Rozier. He's really not going to play that great of defense. Like, well, I'll keep it a buck with you. And overall, it just feels really quick. Can get to the basket great, and actually dunks a lot better than I would think. So overall, I think Scary Terry can slide into the B tier and be perfectly fine there. Next up, Galaxy Opal Russell Westbrook. And if for anybody wondering, because I did Baron with his retro card, I did Westbrook with his Opal instead because they're virtually the same card. Like, let's be honest. Amethyst Baron is almost the exact same as Opal Baron, and Diamond Westbrook is almost the exact same as Opal Westbrook. Like, no difference. And now Westbrook on both of these cards actually has the quick release timing, which was a huge upgrade for him. He already has a great layup package, great dunking animations. He already had the Curry slide and everything great like that. Already a good finisher, already has range, quick first step on Hall of Fame, good defense all around, and then you just kind of make it a little bit quicker, which is cool and nice. I don't think Westbrook's jumper is still amazing. I don't think it's going to make him like next level, still insane. I still think he's down there in the B tier when it comes to overall PGs, just because he's just not amazing. Like, he's good at slashing, but that's really about it. So I still have him in the B tier. Next up is Reggie Theus, who is basically like Penny Hardaway if he had a clue what he was doing, which is pretty solid. Reggie Theus is actually pretty nice. Jump shot 10 is going to be a jumper that really holds anybody back. Besides Domantas Sabonis. No cap. Domantas Sabonis, only jump shot 10 player that I absolutely love and will use consistently. But Reggie Theus, if you need a playmaker, a good defender, a guy that's tall and can slash, I mean, like, he's got it for you. Even has the Curry slide as well. Pretty quick and nice. She's got the nice triples and everything. I don't know. I actually liked Reggie Theus when I was using him, but the second somebody like dares you to shoot and you don't hit that white, it feels terrible. He's just nice because he's 6'7". Next up is Ruby Markelle Fultz, just a mini Stephen Curry who can absolutely yam it down. I mean, what else do you have to say? The Curry jumper with insane dunking, pretty good defense. If he had the Curry slide, this Markelle Fultz we talked about, like, one of the best Rubies in the entire game. And he actually, you know what, he already is one of the best Rubies. But, like, at the Curry slide, now you could throw him top 3 if you wanted to. Next up is Ruby Killian Hayes, and look how terrible that was. All right, let's move him over there so it doesn't look horrible. I'll have to do that with all the rest of the cards. But Ruby Killian Hayes was the card that we got in the France promo that you actually could get for free if you were to go ahead and try to grind out some triple threat online, which is cool. And he has a jump shot 76, which is almost, I don't know, it feels like jump shot 98. Then you give him the shifty dribble style with the Curry slide, which is absolutely insane. Like I said, I love the shifty dribble style. Just personally what I like. Still plays good defense. He's got some awesome dunking. He's stupid quick as well. And like I said, that jump shot 76 almost feels like jump shot 98 quickness wise. It's so nice. It's so smooth. Killian Hayes is just an absolute beast. Next up is Ruby Isaac Bonga. I mean, I know everybody loves Bonga because he's so tall, but Set Shot 14 is a jumper that I personally like, but I've heard on current gen, not too many people love it. And he's really just great because he's tall. Like, let's be honest. If Bonga was like 6'5", we want to be hype about him. Like, we'll keep it a buck. But the fact that he's 6'8", is a good defender all around. He's a good slash. He's a good shooter. He's just good at everything. Bonga can get a B tier if he wants. Next up is Galaxy Opal Damian Lillard. Sorry if you guys hear the key clicking. Got to move him over just a little bit. And Damian Lillard is just as good as his Opal, which is just as good as Opal Baron Davis. There's like no difference. If anything, I think people should like Baron more because he has a Curry slide and Lillard doesn't. But the Damian Lillard jump shot is nice. It is money. You guys will definitely be able to hit consistently with it. He's a good dunker as well. He's a great playmaker. He's just not a good defender. Like, that's it. He's not a good defender. You just kind of have to get used to it. That's what it is. And he has terrible defensive tendencies too. I think B tier is solid for Lillard, but he doesn't jump out at me either way. Next up, we have Amethyst. Colin Sexton. Figured I'd throw him in here because, again, he was a free card that I think a lot of people have, or a lot of people have been working towards to get that extra, like, collector level card, which is cool. And I think Colin Sexton's actually a pretty fun card. He's got the, I guess we'll call it the Colin Sexton jumper, but now Dirk Nowitzki has it as well, so it's not exactly the Colin Sexton jumper, but it's still pretty cool. He's got one of the best card arts in the game, so it kind of makes you like him a little bit more when you see that. I mean, let's be honest. And again, with that jump shot 94, if you've ever used Dirk Nowitzki, you know that jumper is absolutely money. Like, one of the most, I guess, consistent, we'll call it, that you could use. Still a really good slasher, still an okay defender. He's fast as hell. Like, he's just good all around. He's just a great card, but just doesn't jump out at you. He does a little bit of everything, still slightly undersized, but has a Curry slide, has jump shot 94. Like, he's cool, he's fun, he's a great card. And last but not least, we do have a Diamond Brad Davis, who I have to move over again. Hopefully we don't have to do that the rest of the time. But Brad Davis, I think, was pretty good when he first came out. Was pretty hyped because he was one of those first, like, free Amethyst to Diamond Evos, which always kind of go down pretty well, especially when Wally Zerbiak was an absolute demon after that. But Brad Davis just doesn't have too many Hall of Fame badges. Me personally, only 9, and I don't think they're, like, the most amazing ones at this point. Like, yeah, Clamps is good, but when you don't have a good contest shot, like, do I really care? Got range center, which was cool, really quick, and overall pretty nice. Not the greatest of dunkers. Jump shot 37 is a pretty solid jumper. Ricky Rubio and Ben Wallace jumper, like, it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. So overall, I think Brad Davis can sit himself nice and pretty into that B tier. Starting off the A tier, we have Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons is one of those dudes who does it all. The Moments cards, low-key, have been nice lately. For winning the dunk contest, it was cool. He's a 6'3" guy with a 6'9" wingspan and 22 Hall of Fame badges on current on a diamond. Is kind of insane. One of the best slashers you'll find, one of the quickest cards you'll find, and can still shoot it really, really well with a 90 shot 3 and the Draymond Green and Maurice Lucas Austin Crochet jumper, which is a really solid jumper. The Curry slide and the long athlete layup package. Overall, a really good, really fun diamond to use that is pretty slept on. Anthony Simons, really solid. Next up is Glitch Steve Nash, but obviously we're showing you guys the hero version of it. And the one thing that hurts Steve Nash, in my opinion, is the fact that he's just got a slow jumper. Like, even on quick, the jump shot 87 just ain't it. Like, it's just not amazing. Don't love it. But he still has the Curry slide, which is solid. The Curry layup package, which is solid. He got some juiced up finishing, which is kind of fun for Steve Nash. A 95 driving dunk, Hall of Fame showtime, Hall of Fame range, stupid quick with a 98 speed, and has Hall of Fame clamps too, which is great. Even has decent defensive tendencies. So I think because of his dunking, Nash can sit into A tier, but there's no way I can throw him any higher because jump shot 87 low-key can be a bit baited at times. Next up is a Galaxy Opal Stephen Curry, and Curry is one of those guys that I absolutely love because of the pink diamond Curry, but I had to take a step back, actually look at it, and realize, like, yeah, Curry has some really good, defensive badges, especially on Hall of Fame, but then go check his tendencies. Really not great. We have a good on-ball steal, but the contest shot's terrible. I don't really love that. I've noticed every single card that doesn't have a high contest shot just doesn't do anything. His dunking has an 80 driving dunk, but still isn't going to be amazing. Has the Curry slide, which is awesome. I mean, you're going to love it. And the Curry jump shot. That's the thing I think that keeps Curry in it every single year. The Steph Curry jumper, probably the best that we have in the game right now, other than like 98 and Wade. Still an A tier for me. Next up is Jeremy Lin, who can do everything that Jose Goldrow can do, except can yam on everybody like it's absolutely nothing. Like, it's his job. Like, this Opal Jeremy Lin, is the card that made me like Jump Shot 40. Finally, I just wasn't a fan, and then I used this Opal Lin, and I was like, okay, yeah, nice. He's just an amazing slasher, still has Hall of Fame range, has amazing playmaking, is a really solid defender, has Hall of Fame clamps and Intimidator, which is great with an 80 interior, has the Curry slide, and is amazing. The only thing I think we could talk about a negative on this Lin are maybe some contest shot tendencies, definitely a little bit low, and the fact that he's a slasher dribble style, which isn't great. If this Jeremy Lin had shifty, nutty, absolutely nutty. Next up is Galaxy Opal Jamal Murray, who is a card that I actually really like, just because I think Jump Shot 80 is actually a pretty solid and pretty consistent jumper that a lot of people should like, but for some reason just never really get excited about using. If you've used Diamond Kobe White, you've basically used this Galaxy Opal Jamal Murray. They're both very similar cards. Got some okay defense. Jump Shot 80 is again another really nice jumper on quick. Has the Curry slide, has the long athlete layup package, the quick dribble style, amazing dunking. Just overall a really good card. And he's 6'4", which I guess is the most insane height now that we're getting 6'9" Magic and stuff like that. But I still think it's pretty solid. Next up is Pink Diamond De'Aaron Fox, a card that we just got for free, which is pretty great, and we did get a gameplay out on that fairly quickly over the weekend, which is cool. De'Aaron Fox is a 6'3" Paul George base jump shot kind of guy, which is awesome. Has amazing dunking and a really good playmaking, and sadly, only an 80 driving dunk. They gave Pink Diamond De'Aaron Fox the same dunking ability as Galaxy Opal Steph Curry. Just let that sink in a little bit. Steph Curry, in 2K's eyes, is just as good of a dunker as De'Aaron Fox. No, he's not. Anyway, still has some really good finishing and tendencies like that, so it's still going to be good. Still has the quick and the Curry slide. Sadly, flow water specialist, not a long athlete, but has been making amazing dunking packages as well, so he's still going to be solid. Not the most badges in shooting, so you're going to have to add a few, Hot Zone Hunter, Blinders, Deadeye, Green Machine, things like that. And then I think you're going to have a really solid De'Aaron Fox card overall. Just really good. And for a free card, even at basis, I think it's still A tier. Next up is Diamond Bob Sara, who is a low-key hitting Galaxy Opal. This card is just absolutely insane. One of my favorites still to use to this day as a budget option if I'm really trying to use some, some cheap cards just to mess around away from all the Opals and stuff. And Bob Sara, I mean, come on. 6'5" with a 6'5" wingspan. You give him jump shot 22 on quick. That's already a recipe for being absolutely amazing. Then the quick dribble style, the Curry slide, and some of the most insane dunking I've ever felt on a card. Like, for some reason, my man's just dunks on everybody. Still plays good defense. Still really good playmaker. Comes with gold range, which is awesome. And on next gen, I know he's going to feel better because he's got steady or blinders, which hurts the current gen people, but still as a budget PG, you cannot go wrong with Bob Sara. Next up, Gary Payton, who's in here because, I mean, he's an amazing defender, and the fact that he has jump shot 40 doesn't hurt either. He's basically like Jeremy Lin if you took away the amazing shooting and just threw it all in the defense. Like, everything that you could, just throw it into defense, and you got Gary Payton, which, I mean, doesn't sound like a bad card at all. Next up is Pink Diamond Dennis Schroeder from the Germany set that we did get, and Schroeder actually is becoming a slept-on guard because people are talking about him like he's terrible because he has that Charles Oakley jumper, and it's honestly not one that I mind at all. But Schroeder also has an 80 driving dunk, some great finishing badges. He comes with gold range and some nice shootings, has amazing playmaking, and then has Hall of Fame clamps, pick dodger, and pick pocket, which are all amazing. An 84 interior, an 85 perimeter, and 94 lateral quickness as well. Really solid 98s in the speed, and again, the Curry slide. Like, how could you go wrong? I think Dennis Schroeder actually is a great card. It's just, Dennis Schroeder, so he's not getting too much hype. And last but not least, into the almost lineup worthy, we have Pink Diamond Kyrie Irving from the All-Star Sims set. You will see the other Kyrie Irving in there because there is a big difference between the two, at least in my opinion. I think defensively, this Kyrie Irving can do everything that the other Pink Diamond can, except having the Curry slide and being a great defender, which we'll get into. Now, starting off the S tier, we have a Galaxy Opal Magic Johnson, a card that obviously you guys know what it's about. It's Magic. And I've seen some people, disagree that Magic's not like a top tier PG. Like, he's not amazing, he's not great, but like, let's be honest. If you go against somebody who knows how to abuse the Curry slide on Magic Johnson and just use all of his beautiful dribbling moves to their advantage, this Magic Johnson is going to be an absolute nightmare to guard. And then on defense, Magic is going to absolutely clamp you up and do whatever he wants. which is just crazy. And if you go against somebody who's using that 96 post hook with Hall of Fame deep hooks, yeah, no thanks. I'd rather just quit, if I'm being honest. Magic Johnson is still amazing. The only thing that's bad is his slow jumper, but I honestly see that once we get a, once we get a Dark Matter Magic, I honestly could see them switching that Magic Johnson jumper to something else like they did with Dirk. Next up is Luka Doncic. I mean, Curry Slide, one of the best jumpers in the game with a Dante Exum base. Still a great defender. He's 6'7", has amazing dribbling, and every single time I go up against Luka, I don't want to be going up against Luka anymore because everybody is just so smooth and so clean with this card. He's basically like that PG that anybody could use and feel amazing with because he's just that good. Shifty dribble style, Dante Exum, Pro 2, like, unreal. Next up is Pink Dem Lonzo Ball, who is purely here for defense. I know some people might disagree that Lonzo's still an S-tier card, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Lonzo just claims. All right, and this new Lonzo Ball jumper, if you have not used it, you cannot speak on it. It is so amazing. But the real reason that you want to use Lonzo Ball is the fact that he has his new amazing jumper, the shifty dribble style, the long athlete layup package, and just absolutely clamp up defense. Like, it's so fun, so good. He's actually getting really cheap as well, probably because he had hype before the 250K tournament. But yeah, Lonzo Ball, insane. Next up is Galaxy Opal John Wall, who's basically just Dark Matter Derrick Rose with some different animations, which is awesome. Speaking of Dark Matter Derrick Rose, he's up in there in S tier too. I think if you're going to use like a traditional PG, we'll call it, I think these are your best two options, period. You have obviously an amazing card in Galaxy Opal John Wall, who can shoot from range, who can play defense on everybody, who can dunk on everybody. Then you have Derrick Rose, who can shoot on everybody, play defense on everybody, and dunk on everybody, and are lightning quick, both with 99 speeds, I'm pretty sure. I think John Wall may have 98, but I think they're both 99. The only thing that's different is John Wall has the John Wall jumper and Derrick Rose has the, no surprise, Derrick Rose jumper. Oh my god, it's crazy, right? How could you have guessed it? But they also have the Curry Slide and everything like that. Both these cards are just amazing. Next up, we have the Pink Diamond Kyrie Irving, the glitched version, which we talked about earlier, which is basically just this All-Star Moments one right here. You know, this guy right here, but juiced up with a little bit more defense, which you really like. This Kyrie Irving actually is a super calm card. Next up is Galaxy Opal Don Ol, who's just a slight step down from Derrick Rose. They literally have like the exact same animations. The only thing that's different is just some stats and some badges here and there. And then with Pink Diamond Don Boozy, who is just Don Ol, just slightly worse. It's like you slightly step down each time, but all these guys are absolutely amazing. Absolutely insane. And last but not least is going to be Galaxy Opal Ben Simmons for one reason only. I had Pink Diamond. I said Galaxy Opal. Pink Diamond Ben Simmons. I had Ben Simmons in A tier because I was like, you know what? Simmons is getting a little bit outdated. He's not that dude anymore. Like, there's really no reason to use him. But then Phil Jackson came around and said, yeah, if you lock me in, I'm going to give a plus 10 to mid-range and three-point shot, interior defense, defensive consistency, defensive rebounding, and passing IQ onto any PG that I can touch. So you give your 6'10" PG, whose one negative is the fact that he doesn't have a shot 3, and then you give him, you know, the shooting Kobe's, and now you have a 70 shot 3 with a not coach boost, with a floor general. You can get that up to a 74, and then you give your Ben Simmons like a catch and shoot. I know there's a lot of stuff to like add all together. Catch and shoot with the corner specials, even if you wanted to. And this Ben Simmons is actually unfair, because now he has a 94 interior defense as well, a 94 perimeter. He's got 95 center speed. He's dunking everybody. He can play in the post. Now he's a 70 shot 3, which at this point in the year, you can actually consistently hit with a 70. Maybe in the beginning you couldn't, but if you badge him up with enough gold ones, it's crazy. I know it's situational, but if somebody has Phil Jackson and wants to run Ben Simmons, they actually can shoot threes, and you're going to have to guard him because Simmons also has a really easy to time jumper as well, which was the only negative that he had. And if this card had the Curry Slide, I would not ever play a game of limited against them. Again, that's just kind of how it is. So this is what we have for the PG's tier list. We may see a set of cards today that has a PG in them, you know, maybe like a Canada promo pack or something like that. And if we do, you guys will see a cut to that where we rank that guy and throw him in eventually. Also, let me know what you guys think about the editing. I'm going to try to get it so that card is there in big picture, and maybe some other things if I can find a way to do them. Like if you guys did enjoy or found it informative at all, let me know what you guys think about the tier list down in the comment section below. Do you guys like the new, you know, dumpster fire? Not unless I have to. Not a bum, but not amazing, and that sort of stuff in there. Or should it go? Do we just want to go back to the S through D tier? Let me know down in the comments. So if you guys are new, we are in the Reddit 10K subscribers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all in the next video.